My name is Leah Eby. I'm the coordinator for Growing Up Healthy, which is a nonprofit here in Rice County, Minnesota. So I don't really know if I can find a definite point where the story began, really. I sort of came into civic engagement and social justice work by chance, although I think that everything that I had been interested in up until the point when I really realized I was involved in that work had definitely led me down that path. But as a student at Carleton, that was really my first introduction to civic engagement. And I had come to Carleton, a small liberal arts college in the middle of nowhere, it seemed, because I thought that it was a comfortable place. It was small, I felt like I could be myself there, and I had no idea what I was getting myself into in terms of the community that I was going to find at Carleton, because within the Carleton campus community, it's a very small group of people, and I felt very at home there. But I think what a lot of people miss out on or aren't as able to see as a student at Carleton is the community that exists outside of the campus. And that was one of the most important things that I learned as a student there, that within Northfield and within Rice County, there are people who I never would have expected to ever have met as a student at Carleton, and that was so refreshing and taught me so much that even in a classroom at Carleton couldn't have taught me. And so I started working in the Center for Community and Civic Engagement as a student my sophomore year, and that was sort of my first introduction to the greater community. But I was still working mostly in the office, and so I wasn't really meeting anyone outside of the Carleton campus until I did my senior thesis project, which was the most formative experience of my Carleton career and my young adult life. And for that, I was interviewing Somali women in Faribault about their experiences with pregnancy and childbirth. And it came out of a community need that had been brought to a local organization and then had been brought to Carleton for someone to do research on. And I sort of fell into it as a sociology anthropology major who had taken relevant classes. And as soon as I started, I realized that that was what I had been waiting for all this time. And that experience, being in Faribault, being in Somali women's homes, drinking tea with them and talking about their past experiences in Africa or in Canada or in Arizona or wherever it was, and just hearing from them about their lives was incredible and something I hadn't found in any books or textbooks that I had read or really in any classes. And so being there and being able to listen to them and to really listen was something that taught me so much. And taught me what I'm passionate about. And so that's sort of how I ended up where I am today, which is still in Northfield in Rice County, and still working with some of the same Somali women that I interviewed, actually. I didn't really know what I wanted to do after I graduated, although the experience with my senior thesis project had been really impactful, and I was looking for something that was somehow related to the work I had been doing with that. And I sort of stumbled into the position at Growing Up Healthy, which just happened to open up as I was graduating. And I think all of the experiences that I had as a student at Carleton and with my senior thesis project had prepared me better than anything else to have taken on this job, just by the nature of the work that I'm doing, the people that I'm working with that I had met while I was a student at Carleton, and then shaping myself and the kind of person that I am and how I interact with the community at large, and being someone who's always been curious, always been a learner, but having this extra component of how you really engage with people who are different from you, and how you work with them and how you really listen to them is something that I learned through that experience that I wouldn't have found anywhere else.